Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Hope you're doing well. We had a little women's fight on. This one of the support slots for the Ryder Jacobs fight at Ali Pali in London. This women's fight was between Ellie Scotney of England and Argentina's Jorgelina Guanini. Now, Guanini, I'd seen her once before. She lost wide against Rachel Ball, I think at the back end of 2020. Tough young lady, but she was contained by Rachel Ball in that fight, and Rachel, I think, won most of the rounds. I think the cards were wide as well, and they were deservedly so. In this fight, she's facing Ellie Scotney, this was only her fourth fight, and Ellie, trained by Shane McGuigan, as with a lot of Shane McGuigan's fighters, he matches them tough. You know, they're sort of fast tracked. If they've got the talent, they've got the amateur pedigree, and it looks like things are rocking and rolling, they'll get matched tough. And so it's been for Ellie Scotney, because her debut was against Beck Connolly, and she won on points. Her second fight was against Melis Gangloff, who we last saw pushing Ebony Bridges down to the wire, and a lot of people thought she won that fight, beat Bridges. I think I scored it in favour of Gangloff by a point, and then I watched it back and I gave it to Ebony by a point. So it was one of those fights. But a lot of people say it was a robbery. The word robbery is overused, as we know. But Gangloff's a good fighter, and Ellie took her on in only her second fight, beat her on points over six. Third fight, another points win against another girl with a winning record, a girl named Ava Cantos, who I didn't know much about, to be honest. But Jorgelina Guanini, a real threat, a real swarming, crude, scrappy, mauling slugger. Like, someone who's you're going to beat her. You've got to earn your money. And so it proved in this fight, because, in my opinion, Jorgelina Guanini, I scored this fight as I watched it, and I had her winning 96-93. That includes a point taken off Ellie Scotney in the last round. I have no idea why Steve Gray took that point off her. Absolutely no idea. I'll have to watch that back and look at it, because it didn't look to me like Ellie had done anything wrong. But she had that point taken off, and so a 96-94 became a 96-93 in favour of Guanini. However, that was not what the three judges saw. The three judges saw Ellie winning by, I think it was 2 lots of 96-94 and 95-94, I think it was. So it was a unanimous decision for Ellie, who becomes the WBA, Inter-continental Super-Bant. It was a Super-Bantamweight contest anyway, and one of those WBA trinkets was up for grabs, and Ellie got it. Now, again, the three judges said that Ellie won the fight. I had Jorgelina winning it, but no doubt this was a close fight. Like I say, Guanini had that swarming style, loads of very wide punches, slinging the overhand right, leaning way over the front foot. And Ellie Scotney, far more refined, much more well-schooled shape, looking to punch. Ellie Scotney's left hook is one of the best individual punches in women's boxing, I'm telling you now. In the second round, she landed it bang on Guanini's jaw. Guanini didn't go anywhere. So a good jaw on Guanini. Maybe a little bit of lack of power with Ellie, but as far as a technical punch goes, whether it's the check hook or whether it's a lead left hook, whatever it is, it's a good punch, very, very good punch. And the fight was close. Some of the rounds could have gone either way. That's why I'm not going to moan too much, even though I disagreed with the decision. Guanini came out banging from the off, right from the start. In the third round, she cut Ellie over the left eye. The corner contained it. Did bleed a bit in the fourth and the fifth, I think. And like I say, towards the end, I mean, I thought that she's got this one. Guanini's got this win. Certainly in the last round when Steve Gray inexplicably took that point off. I can't even tell you why he took it off. Was it holding? Couldn't have been punching behind the back of the head? I don't know why he took it off. But I thought, that's it. The Argentinian girl's got it. Nah. Yeah, unanimous decision for Scotney. And again, I could watch it tomorrow and maybe I'd score it for Scotney. There were a lot of close rounds and lots of scrappy work from Guanini, lots of far more refined work from Scotney, but not enough of it for me. Yes, the punches were more precise, they were better executed, but not enough of it. I thought Guanini dragged her into the trenches. The one thing you can say, though, is whether you disagree with the result or not, this was an excellent, excellent learning fight for Ellie Scotney. Brilliantly, it's exactly the sort of fight you want a young fighter to have, where they're forced to fight in a way that is not comfortable for them. They're forced to fight sort of out of their comfort zone. I mean, Amo Williams scored a stoppage win in 6 over Masael prior to this fight, and he had things his own way. I mean, he was going through his repertoire, but Masael was offering nothing in return. So even though Williams got a decent win, has he learned anything? Okay, he showcased his skills, but it wasn't like this fight. With this fight, Scotney was forced to learn stuff. She was forced to learn. And that's what you want young fighters to have to do. To look back and say, okay, I wasn't doing enough of this. I did this wrong. I did this quite well, but I need a bit more of this. But, and as for Jorgelina Guanini, she'll get work because although she is kind of a crude fighter, she's a game girl, a slugger. I'd love to. I don't know what are the weights the same? No, they're not the same, are they? I was thinking of putting her in with that French girl whose name escapes me for the moment. That crazy French girl who was in like one of the fights of the year last year. It was a brilliant fight. What was her name? I can't remember. It'll come to me. As soon as I stop making this video, that name will come to me. But anyway, I'm digressing. Did you see the fight? Good little fight, entertaining. What do you think of the result? I thought it was a good little fight. 10 rounds. I'll tell you what, if it had been 10 threes, I think Scotney would definitely have lost this fight. But, like I say, a big learning curve. But what did you think of the fight? Let us know. Leave your comments below. If you're new to this channel and you could subscribe, I would love it. Thank you very much for that. Hit the like button as well. It's all free, innit? Come on, man. I mean, it's free. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. And take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now.